Hey everybody, Cool Dad here. Figure I'd pop in and give you guys a hey, how's it going tonight? Um, well, I also want to show off something I did the other night. I was sitting here getting caught up on Mythbusters, and it's a dangerous show for me to watch because I always got to get some crazy ass idea that I got to try. Well, this time it worked out in my favor. Looking around at what decks I had laying around, I had my tugboat deck laying around, and a supply of wire. So I decided 8 wrap, 24 gauge coil, single coil on the tugboat deck. Obviously, I got a wad of cotton on there. This thing hits out at a .83. Now, the tugboat top wouldn't fit on there, so fortunately, my Dark Horse cap fits on the tugboat mod. Dun dun! Aha! And I gotta admit, I'm kind of impressed. 75 watts. Now, I realize part of clouds is juice, and just so you know what I'm on, I am on a 7129 mix, 71 VG, 29 PG of Blue Marlin by Naked Fish, which will be coming up in a review in the next couple days. Very tasty, by the way. And this just chucks amazingly. Now, I didn't update my IPv3 Li, so let me bring this up here. I got it maxed out. Sorry, I had it maxed out. Oops, don't 165. Will I do the update? Eventually. I might actually play around and see if I can tweak the firmware to make me happy. But I gotta say, at 165, it's a really nice vape. Significant cloudage, nice flavor, and I'm impressed. It's not super hot. It's a nice, comfortably warm vape. It kills your batteries real quick, but other than that, it's a great build, great times, a lot of fun. I could literally vape this all day at 165 and not get tired of it. That's saying something. Um, I know in these days where everybody wants to build lower and lower and lower, building up to a .8 is kind of away from the norm. But once in a while, you got to step outside the box and try something different. I've been screwing around with some smaller gauge wires lately, just playing around with different ideas, dragging coils, things like that. And again, I was like, now here's the other part though. The inner diameter, it was wrapped around this pink screwdriver, which is not a screwdriver you get with any RDA. This is one from a very old kit of household mini screwdriver sets. 4 millimeter diameter on that. So that's a 4 millimeter diameter coil on there. That's pretty cool. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that. A little bit of soda there. Without doing crazy cutscenes, I'm just sitting here vaping on it at 165. And with all that cotton in there, I got quite a bit of time before it runs dry. That's a nice thing too. I mean, what's the biggest complaint about dripping? Dry hits. Don't get too many like this. I actually am working on getting this dried out. This is the drawback. It takes forever to dry out. So if you're like me and don't like to waste juice that's on the cotton, you're going to be a while before you can change your cotton out. Now, I hit this a few times prior to starting this video, probably 4 or 5 times. Good, nice hits like that at 75. I'm going to go back to 75 now just for the hell of it. Just because I'm trying to not run out of battery since my other ones are currently charging. And you can see I'm still chucking really nice clouds out of this. So, if you like to build, here's a thought. 24 gauge. Why not? Big ass coils. Why not? because it works. And I will say the flavor is insane out of this build too. Now, it does not have the airflow that my mutation has, which is sitting right here. I've got her sealed up because I'm going to swap back to that. But I was screwing around with this and figured I'd try it, and it's been a couple of days now, and I'm actually got to admit it's pretty impressive. I may have to try seeing if I can fit something like that in mutation, because I think the airflow in there, combined with a coil like this, is going to give me some pretty crazy outcomes. Now, some of you are probably asking, cool, Dad, if you like this so much, why are you changing your cotton? Because when I started with this cotton, I might have burned that cotton just a tad. That cotton's a little dark in the center there, so I have gotten a couple of borderline dry hits on that. When I first built this, I was vaping a coffee flavor, which, as you all know, if you ever vape coffee flavor, now I love the coffee flavors, don't get me wrong, I do. But coffee flavor is one of those flavors that, if you keep it going, it has a tendency to stick in the cotton. There we go. Burn off that coil. Now, for me to get a good, solid, true review of a juice, I need to do it straight up, by itself. I just picked up the Naked Fish Blue Marlin this afternoon. There we go. So, what I've had of it is really tasty. However, there's that slight tinge of coffee flavor, which gives it a blueberry coffee cake flavor. Which I'm not complaining about. It's actually pretty damn tasty. But because I like to be fair to you guys and tell you what I think of a juice, and to do that I need to have a kind of a straight up taste of it. We do this thing called rewicking. I'm going to give this another second. And again, for those of you that don't know, I just wick with straight up plain cotton balls. Unbleached cotton. Go to your drugstore, you get a big old bag of it for like $1.50. If you're at a cost saving, you're on a budget, you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money, it works. Now mind you, I like flat cotton too. I'm not saying anything bad about any of the cottons you can buy, I'm just saying that if you want to save a few bucks, you can use cotton balls. I like them. You just want to be careful that you don't get the bleached ones. Those can taste kind of assish. I accidentally got a few of those from another source, and let me tell you, it was not a fun experience. Now, let me show you how I'm wicking this, because that coil's kind of sitting in the center there. It's tough to see, but sitting in the center over the top. I take and fold one side right down underneath it. The other side, I fold down behind the negative post, and then just kind of tuck it down onto the deck. And yes, there's nothing there to hold it in place, but once you get it wet with some juice, damn, dog hair and everything. Once you get it wet with some juice, it stays pretty nice. This is the drawback to being a vapor with dogs. But I will tell you this, I'm not giving up my dogs. There we go. And now she's wicked. You see the coil sitting there. And let's throw some Blue Marlin on there. One thing I will say, when I picked up my first bottle of Naked Fish, it was a 40 ml bottle, and the price point was $22. Seeing as how most of the $20 juices locally from shops are 20 to 30 ml bottles, it was a good deal. Well, Naked Fish has upped the game a little bit, and they're now filling these bottles and selling you 50 mils at the same price point. So I'm getting a 50 ml bottle for $22 plus tax. I don't see a downside to that. I think Naked Fish has stepped their game up, and in this day and age, that's what you got to do. You can have the best flavor in the world, but if nobody can afford it, nobody's going to buy it. Okay, we're juiced. Here, let me give you. This is 75 watts. You see, it's not like super chucking. 165. So yeah, she puts out some nice vape there. Now, just because I'm me and I don't feel like opening this back up right away, I'm going to throw a little more on top to prime her up. There we go. Now, for some blueberry muffin goodness. That's tasty. Now, anyway, there's a review coming up. I need a day or two to roll this around in my head so I make sure I got the flavor profile down. But I'll tell you, here's your preview. It's tasty. I've already determined it to be a very tasty flavor. Sorry, I knocked over my soda can. Or pop can, depending on where you're from. Never understood that. Soda pop. Soda pop. Soda pop. Fuck it. It works. That is a very tasty vape. However, that's not what tonight is about. Tonight is about building crazy. Have fun with it. If you like to build, don't be afraid to go out on a limb a little bit. Do your research though. Be safe about it. Don't build something so crazy you vent your batteries and blow your face off. That's the last thing we need right now. OhmsLawCalculator.com. I can't say it enough. If you don't really want to sit down with an actual calculator and figure out Ohm's Law equation, use the website. It's simple. It's easy. I have it bookmarked on every device I own. Laptops, desktops. My Raspberry Pi has a bookmark on it when I'm running Raspbian. I have it on my iPad. I have it on my phone. I have like a couple of spare phones down here I use for other things, but it's on every single one of them. Why? Because it's that important. I don't want to blow my face off, ruin these good looks. Yeah. But anyway, so now that we've covered that stuff, let's talk about news. So, apparently the CDC has dropped an ad, an in-app type ad. Some lady saying that she used e-cigs and she still got lung cancer. She also says she smoked for 20-some years. And she tried switching to vaping, but continued smoking at the same time. Okay, here's the point. Vaping does not save you. Vaping helps you quit smoking cigarettes, cigars, pipes, what have you. Vaping is there to get you away from the tobacco. If you vape and you still smoke tobacco, you're not saving your lungs. You aren't doing anything except making yourself worse. That's a fact. There's been some questions exactly what the CDC is trying to say about vaping with this, but nobody wants to answer. Whether they actually wrote it or not is a whole other story. But the point is, vaping is to help you quit smoking tobacco. Vaping is not a miracle drug. Vaping will help you quit tobacco. That's how I quit smoking cigarettes and cigars and pipes. I smoked cigarettes since I was 15. Not a good thing. But I started when I was 15 trying to impress somebody. 27 years later, I decided it was time to quit. I enjoyed good cigars. I enjoyed smoking a pipe now and then with some nice pipe tobacco. All tobacco. But the point is, I got away from tobacco by vaping. That's what it's here for. If I still smoked cigarettes and cigars and a pipe and vaped, I wouldn't be doing myself any damn good. So bear that in mind. Next on the news. Anti-vaping crusaders on the run after historic e-cigarette report. As I mentioned recently, the Royal College of Physicians in the UK has come out and said that, they've endorsed vaping as a tool for tobacco harm reduction. Sorry, I had to make sure I phrased that properly. Their study, which is a 200-page report, that it's titled Nicotine Without Smoke, Tobacco Harm Reduction, that was published on April 27th, basically came out and said they can play a major role in helping people give up smoking, and there's no evidence that vaping makes it harder to quit. I literally smoked a cigarette Friday night, picked up a vape on Saturday, and never went back. I'm living proof. Granted, I will throw something out there. Do your research. If you are a smoker and you are watching this, do your research. Because if you don't find the right thing, if you don't find something that's satisfying to you right off the bat, and don't think in dollars. Walk into a vape shop, talk to people, ask questions, check things out. Because if you really want to quit smoking by vaping, you need to find the right setup that's going to make you happy. Not what makes your buddy happy, not what makes your girlfriend's friends, cousins, brothers, uncle happy. I was a little far-fetched, I know. But you get the point. It's got to be what makes you happy. Me, I like my dual batteries. I like my dripping. My wife, she prefers a single battery mod with a tank. We're both sub-ohming, but she's not as big a fan. I mean, she likes to do the dripping once in a while. Me, I like my tanks for work just because it's less messy. It's a convenience thing. But in general, if I had a tank and a dripper in front of me, I'm going to choose that dripper every time. Sorry, the dripper was this side, I know. I'm going to choose that dripper because that's what makes me happy. That's what keeps me off of the tobacco. So anyway, that's what we're going to say tonight. I hope you all are having a great week. That pretty much covers it for me. So I'm going to say this. Big Clouds. Cool Dad saying, peace out. Get your vape on. Have a great day. And don't forget to tip your dog groomer.